The youth in a victim. Sufferation, me see when me looking at them eyes. I want food and shelter for people cry. Yeah. Them say Jamaica the land of food and water. So I will pipe turn off every day. Me realize say you play, them a play. Hey, it look like them can't read and spell. If we have so much water, tell me why it's
99.9 WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
It's another brand new day here, and this is Activated Mornings with Roleza and Dianna, that's me, and of course PeeJohn, because he is already on the line to bring us his usual morning commentary. So PeeJohn, good morning to you.
Good morning, both of you, and I hope you're having a good morning so far. Now we are basically into the political season. As we get closer and closer to general elections, political debates will intensify, and this should be welcomed. What I want to do this morning is share some rules or some guidelines we should follow while engaging in political debates. Guideline number 1 is to listen actively and carefully. That is to pay attention to what others are saying without interrupting. Number 2, speak respectfully. That is to use polite language, avoid personal attacks, insults, or inflammatory language. Focus on ideas and not the individuals. Number 3, stay open-minded. Although people may come already with their position, they must still be willing to consider other viewpoints, even if it differs from their own. And at the same time, acknowledge valid points from others, even if you disagree with them overall. And be prepared to change your mind. I know it's difficult, but be prepared to change your mind if there's compelling evidence based on what you're listening to. Number 4, stay focused on the issue. This is difficult, but we have to stick to the topic at hand and avoid derailing the conversation and avoid bringing in unrelated grievances like what if, what about, or making assumptions about others' intentions. Try to stick to facts and evidence to support your arguments. And finally, number 5, seek common ground. Yes, we are discussing politics, but there can still be common ground even if persons are on different sides. So look for areas of agreement to build a rapport and understanding. Aim for constructive dialogue rather than just simply winning an argument. Now, I believe if we follow these rules, we can foster mutual respect, understanding, and a productive exchange in the face of disagreement in this our political season. And that is my rant for the day.
All right, then. Thank you, PeeJohn, and enjoy the rest of your day.
PeeJohn, I hear you say knowing when to walk away from the discussion. Yeah? That should be last one. Yeah? No, but PeeJohn, you know it has some people who just hold on and keep going. Knowing it's not making any sense. I think your final one should be knowing when to walk away.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah? No, all right.
All right, all the best.
See you too, thanks.
Hey, it is Thursday, I did not forget the day. Absolutely not. It is a Thursday morning, a beautiful Thursday morning here in SVG. You just heard from Mr. PeeJohn, but we'll get into that soon. This is Activated Mornings right here on the Clean Fresh Sound WEFM with Roleza and Dianna. As I said before, I am Dianna, and the next person you hear is Roleza. We are here to keep your company as we always do almost all of the days of the week when we come here to bring you vibes. Remember, you can always call to be a part of our program, 457-9997. That's our WhatsApp number. That's our direct number. And you can also send us a WhatsApp message using that same number. Okay. I now turn you over to the next voice, who is...
It's me. All right. It's me. All right. Good morning to everybody. Trust that you are doing A-okay for a Thursday. All right. It's almost getting to the end of the week. Some persons counting down, some persons aren't. So let's just hope that we're going to make the best of today, whatever again today may bring to us. All right.
All righty then. And of course, we are here from 6. Well, we already been here from 6, and we'll be here until 10 with nothing but vibes. You have no reason to be anywhere else. Absolutely none. Good morning to Joshua on the live. Already good morning to those of you on the WhatsApp who already hit us up, even if you haven't hit us up. Good morning to those of you who haven't done either, but we know that you are there and you're listening and we appreciate you. Now, to get into PeeJohn's little rant. He gave us some points on things that he thinks persons should practice or they should stick to during this political season. He gave us 5 points. Let me remind you of those 5 points. Listen actively. I can't remember the second point, but he expanded on it by saying focus on ideas, not individuals. Third one, stay open-minded, stay focused on the issue, and seek common ground. And then Roleza added, you got to know when to walk away.
Know when to walk away. Know when to run. All right. That doesn't just apply to gambling. All right. I think one of the other things is that people need to learn how to take the emotions out of when you're having discussions, right? You can state your point without getting emotional about it. And one of the things that I notice that people love to do a lot is, so Dianna and I don't agree. And if I know that I'm losing the argument, the first thing I say, girl, you dotish. Girl, you ain't have no sense. Girl, you this. Girl, you that. They try to bring you down when they know that the points that they're making no longer a little bit shaky. The points that they're making a little bit shaky. So, they try to pull you down. So there are times when we need to know how to not get as emotional. I know that there are persons who, I know the comment, a former boss of mine, a French guy, he once made a comment that we loud. That has been sanctioned. We are loud, right? And we always sound like we even in regular conversations, we sound like we're arguing, right? So I think sometimes even in that, we have to be mindful of our tone of voice, because sometimes if you increase your tone, what it means is that it can cause things to flare up, right? It just makes the situation worse. It makes the argument, and it really shouldn't have to be an argument. It makes the discussion even worse, right? So we have to be mindful of some little things, but the thing of it is that because we practice it so much in our everyday life, that entering into political debates going to be a lot more heated and a lot more passionate. All right, caller, good morning to you.
Good morning, my sister. How are you?
Good.
I am fine, and you?
And I want to say to you, all the complaints I make of you all, I still love you all, because let me tell you something, I have a daughter.
Yeah, but you see, come on, no. Let we start with this, because you say things to us on air, and off air is something different.
I'm honest, but I just want to say to you, there's one thing I want you to beg you for, is that the RPA. So under section 45, it's basically warning us that around election time, we have to be honest, including yourself, not to in any way fraudulent or corruptly influence the public, give them wrong information as to give one side advantage. And because that is the problem we had in America, and we are having this thing, this is significant. This is why, Hamilton, you hear me passionate. Because before I call, I call a million times too, if I have a serious problem with every radio station, with the government, with the authorities, and ask them that let the radio be because we'll listen listen. Our children, they listen. And if we are fraudulent, we're going to encourage them to go wrong. And this is why I get myself in trouble. The passion that you hear in me is not because Hamilton is disrespectful. It's because the authorities and the radio stations are not listening. They feel that because they're close to a political leader or a political party that they can do us as they like. These things can cause violence. And you all, and I'm begging you all as young people, don't see me as a bad person. I'm not always shouting. I'm hurting because there's arrogance on the airwaves. And you guys have basically been given wrong information and you don't want to acknowledge it. But you will end up in court, You will end up in court.
And this is exactly why it is. I normally end the calls with Hamo. All right? Because Hamo is going to, and the thing of it is that he makes valid points sometimes, right? We would listen to him. But from the time you start to increase your pitch on us, it sounds like you're shouting at us. And that's not what the program is about. It's not supposed to be a shouting match.
Wow. Alrighty then. So before that, we were talking about some of the points that
another caller. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Morning, ladies and morning, ladies.
Good morning.
A friend PeeJohn commentary was interesting this morning. And we'll back it up to see certain things about. I can't remember exactly what you said, but you were saying something that's really strong good. But you can have a conversation and hide behind your own thoughts. That's what PeeJohn locked up this morning. You having a conversation and hide behind your own thoughts. Now, when somebody says something, I will criticize them. That's called like a conversation too. That you're putting out to try to make them think public. Unless you do it in a derogative way, it can be done good accounted. But every conversation have two sides. So therefore, when you make a statement, it's supposed to be placed in an respect, understanding, and talent, and bring it out in a clear way, whether political or chastising somebody, but you must chastise them in a right way and a positive way. Because like you ain't talking exactly to say bring them down or anything like that, but it's to people could correct them in a sense, at the same time correcting yourself that making a conversation. So you're supposed to leave space PeeJohn for open talk, open criticism.
Okay.
That's all I want to say.
Okay, fair point. Thank you.
All right. All right, so I just want to definitely just finally add that I do agree with PeeJohn with the points that he made this morning. We know how the political season can get, but Roleza made a point in saying that because this seems to be the normal way that we talk to each other on a daily basis, being engaged in political discussion is just going to take it to another level because we're not really accustomed to that kind of thing. So that means that when we have our political discussions, we would not necessarily know how to go from one point to another point, but I think it's something that we definitely have to practice. And I feel as if in school, you have a little bit of practice, you have some debates, you have different things in school, even though you're not engaged in the debates where you interact with other schools, you have those things in school. So, I mean, we're getting some of that knowledge from small. So I'm hoping that as we get into our adulthood, that it would translate to there. So I don't know, but
yeah. But even in the school system and even in homes, it can be practiced, right?
Yeah.
Two siblings are arguing amongst themselves, or they're discussing something amongst themselves. Parents and teachers should be able to observe the way in which they are conversing with each other, and then interject and say, well, you can make your point without, getting heated. You can make your point without storming off and walking out. Yeah. You can make your point without pulling down your sibling or pulling down your classmate. There are ways in which that we can teach how to have civil conversations or civil debates just in everyday society. Hi, caller. Good morning. Caller, you have 50 seconds.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. Let me try to hustle that. We stand issue with PeeJohn, but here's something. When I hear the whole Vincent police in St. Lucia, what about that? You have inspector who have sex with an underage girl. I hear about pastors have case in court with those same kind of things. I say I go ask about those things because I don't hear about those things again. They street them and they cap it. You understand? So I say I go ask those questions now to know where those cases going, if they're still investigating. We go stay on this case, the issue with PeeJohn, but I enjoy the I just listen on the radio.
You're just randomly throwing that one out. It's all right. All
right then. All right. Thank you, caller. And with that, I don't have any more comments on this issue. Actually, it's 7:35 and we have to go right now so that we can bring to you our traffic talk. But we'll be back soon at 7:45 with more commentary.
Nothing else.